everyone, it's Sarah with RegisteredNurseRN.com, and in this video I'm going to go over 3 things that nursing students fear about nursing school. Fear number 1, failing out of nursing school. And this really for me was one of my biggest fears. I did not want to fail out of the program. And before I actually started the program, you know, people would ask me, what are you studying to be? And I would say, oh, I'm studying to be a nurse. And some people would look at me and say, oh, you are? Whew. Well, I know so-and-so, they tried it and it was just way too hard and they failed. So I had all these preconceived fears of failing before I actually got into the program. And then once I started the program and we went into nursing school orientation, which I was so excited about because I was like, yes, I am this close. I'm almost there, achieving my goal of becoming a nurse. So I was there, and I mean, the orientation room was packed. They were admitting a lot of students into their program. And the speaker gets up and she's like, you know, look to your left, look to your right, because half of you all are not going to make it to graduation. And when she said that, there was this loud, audible gasp by almost everyone. Everyone was like, and I thought to myself, what in the world have I gotten myself into? Because I look around the room at all these people and I think, I am no better than they are. So I don't want to be one of those statistics that doesn't make it to graduation. So whenever I was going throughout the program, I would always think back to that situation of what that woman said. And I would say, oh no, you know, this is really hard right now. Like, I'm trying to juggle these exams, these clinicals, getting all this done. Am I going to fail? Am I going to be one of those ones that doesn't make it to graduation? So a fear of failing is something that definitely grips most nursing students. So if you are struggling with this fear of failing out of nursing school, you cannot let it consume you. Because if you do, you will end up failing out of nursing school because that's what's going to be on your mind all the time. And you'll be questioning yourself and telling yourself, I'm not good enough, I'm just going to fail. But one thing is, you want to be concerned because being concerned helps you stay motivated. It helps you look at the goal and stay on task with things, but don't let it consume you. And the thing you've really got to keep in mind about the times that we're living in is that there are so many free resources at your disposal as a nursing student that I didn't even have whenever I was in nursing school. We have YouTube, that's free videos. We have free quizzes, free notes, everything out there to synthesize that material for you so you can ace those exams. So be sure to always use that at your disposal to help you get through nursing school. Fear number 2, doing something that makes you look really dumb in front of others. Well, you know, in nursing school, we have to do a lot of skill checkoffs because that's our job as a nurse. We do skills. So, you know, as a nursing student, you don't want to be the only one in your class that can't get the skill that everyone else can do. Like, for instance, I was in a skills checkoff lab and we were doing blood pressures, and everyone else around in the room is getting all their blood pressures right on their lab partner. So here I am practicing, prepping for it, and I look at my lab partner, I'm like, are you alive? Because I literally cannot hear your blood pressure. And she's like, oh yeah, I naturally have really low blood pressure. Everyone in my family does, and they usually have a hard time getting it. And I'm like, great. I have a lab partner that doesn't have a blood pressure that I can hear. So here comes the professor over to test me, and I literally just have to guess what her blood pressure is, and thankfully I got it right. So if you are struggling with this fear, you just have to remind yourself, you know, you were not born out of the womb knowing how to be a nurse and to do all these nursing skills. You've got to give yourself time to learn them, and yeah, there's going to be times where you just feel like you made the biggest blunder, you feel like you look dumb or you failed, but that's going to teach you how to be a nurse. And you know, in the past, I have precepted some nursing students and they were timid and they were shy and they wouldn't volunteer to do things because they had that fear of looking dumb in front of others. But you know, as I worked with them over time, I think that they could see, you know, if I do put myself out there and I do try to learn, I will be better at this and I'll learn how to be a nurse. So if you are struggling with that, remember, when you learn to drive, when you learn to ride a bicycle, you know, you made some dumb mistakes at first, but you became an expert with it in the long run. And that's really just how nursing is. And the third fear is that you're going to forget everything you learned in nursing school for when it comes time to take the NCLEX exam. And I remember buying the comprehensive Saunders NCLEX review guide, and that book is like this thick with really small print. print. I remember just looking through the book and I'm like, wow, I want to be learning all this in nursing school and I'm expected to remember it for this NCLEX exam. Whoa. But here's what you have to keep in mind. The thing is, as you're going through your nursing school program, you're going to be taking exams, and those comprehensive exams like mid-curricular, exit exams, and they're all preparing you for that NCLEX exam. And as I discussed in my video, How I Passed NCLEX First Try, you have to implement those study strategies early on so you will be prepared. And if you do that, you will notice that whenever that test day does come, it's like you can recall all that information, and it's absolutely amazing what you can cram inside your mind. So I know many of you are going to be starting nursing school this semester, and you may be experiencing some of these fears. I experienced them, and I know people around me did as well. But the thing is, you got to keep these fears in check, and you got to keep persevering and taking each day by day. And I like to remember this quote by Florence Nightingale, one of the greatest nurses who ever lived. How very little can be done under the spirit of fear. So give it all you got, keep these fears tamed down, and I hope this video helped you. Thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more videos.